the main thing I remember from that walk is that you were like, give me that leash. What are you doing? You're like, do you have no idea how to train a dog to walk on a leash? And then you like immediately whipped Barry into shape and he was like a perfect boy. Here's what happened. Barry respected you instantly. Yeah. I don't know why. Oh, okay. You like to start with a surprise micro segment up top?
Yeah, let's start with that, and then we can do...
Then we'll do my mystery.
What you got, and then I'll do... I got an email. I got an email from a small business, which I support, by the way.
I can't wait to hear about your email.
Hey, girl. It's Text Me Back podcast. And listen, if you don't know, we put full video episodes of this program on youtube.com, and I'd like you to know you got to go look at what's happening to your hosts. This is by far the worst I have ever looked. I was in bed as of like 3 minutes ago, and also normally we record on Thursdays, but today we're recording on a Friday. Because Lindy was traveling. Finally, you've returned back to your home.
I know. And guess what I don't want to do today? Work.
Fucking anything. But we are.
That's how committed we are to the listeners who we love.
And separately, this week, where I am, you already know about this, the Supreme Court got rid of voting rights. So boy, has my whole ass been run ragged by these fuckos.
I know.
These rank ass bitches at the Supreme Court who said, yeah, you wanna, hey, by the way, if you draw a congressional map meant to remedy voter dilution, which is to say, if Black people are underrepresented in your state and you use race to remedy that problem, which as of 3 days ago was illegal under the Voting Rights Act of 1995, they said, no, you can't do that. It's racist. Looking at race in any context is very racist. And the only real racism is hurting white people's feelings. And I said, interesting. The worst part about this, by the way, was that I had told, this was such a rookie, I can't even believe I did this, such a rookie mistake, because I've been working on Supreme Court stuff for like my entire career. So like 13 years or whatever.
Yeah.
And people who are new to it always ask me, oh, when are we going to get this opinion? What day are we going to get this case? And I always have to say, question mark, dude, we don't know. They don't tell us in advance when they're going to release XYZ opinion. It could happen anytime.
Yeah.
Generally, the big cases, the big significant cases come in June at the very end. But, this voting rights case we could get anytime. And then they lulled me into a false sense of security because I was like, well, if they're not going to release it in February, which gives the states enough time to racistly gerrymander their maps, they might as well just wait until June. Right. So on Tuesday, I'm telling all my coworkers, like, yeah, there's a decision day Wednesday, but I wouldn't worry about it. Fucking loser. Anyway.
I day me.
They got my ass. Okay. I don't have an ass no mo.
You know what? Got it. You know what that is? You know what that is, Megan?
Segment pubes.
The very existence of the Supreme Court is pubes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm fucking over it, bro. Somebody's got to do something about this.
You know what I have to say to the evil justices?
Hit the road, dude. This ain't no state property. This is private property.
Okay, hit the road, dude. I think one of them might hit the road, dude, this summer, and that's actually not what I want.
It's not good.
It's like, to actually don't hit the road, dude.
Which one of them wants to hit the road,
They're
dude?
saying Alito might hit the road, dude. in June, and I can't, Lindy,
Meagan, no.
I can't. Like, do you understand? Do you understand how many Supreme Court nominations my stupid ass has had to live through? It's too many. And I never win. I never win.
You know who they're going to get this time? Ghislaine.
Honestly, the only reason they wouldn't pick Ghislaine is because she's too old. They're going to pick somebody who's 29, okay, and who is probably not even a lawyer.
What about Matt Gaetz' son, Nestor?
Anyway, we're actually not doing Swamp Person today. We're not going to get all into that. Although now that Lindy's book tour is over, and we heard loud and clear from the listeners, they really do like the Swamp Person stuff, like the idea of doing some dedicated Swamp Person stuff. We are going to do it. So I can't tell you like when we're going to launch it, but we're going to try to line up some good, knowledgeable guests for you guys to kind of help
Swamp
break
guests.
down. Exactly.
A toad?
Fuck. Mm-hmm. Noxious gases.
That's
will
right.
Be there. Mm-hmm.
Skunk cabbage.
Mm-hmm. A lily?
Maybe.
A water lily? Do they get involved?
Like a stinky vine.
A frickin' algae for your ass will be involved.
A swimming snake.
He'll be there. He's
those
our
are the
first
guests.
guest.
Yep, that's
so
right.
Get involved. If you want to support that, patreon.com/textmebackpod. Today on the show, however, we're going to be doing a segment called I Got an Email from a Local Business. Lindy has something she wants to talk about. I don't know what it is.
It's a mystery that I need help solving.
It's a mystery she needs help solving. But first, let me pull up the media board. Oh, I don't have any water in here. I'm not ready to podcast
Oh no, I
at all.
have
This is a
2
nightmare.
beverages, Meagan.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Also, while you're looking, I have a confession.
What is it?
Black coffee? ? It's fine. What?
I would love to be that guy, you know? Like a guy who's just the drip coffee.
I mean, I'm going to continue.
I can't get there.
Yeah. I'm going to continue to seek out milks and creams when they're available. Sure. But today, I just got home last night and no one stocked the house with dairy products for me. And so I'm the only person who consumes dairy in this house. And I've been gone for 2.5 months. So weird that they didn't.
It's weird that the heavy cream didn't hold while you were gone.
But I was like, well, I'd already poured my coffee and now I'm drinking it. And you know what, Meagan? It tastes almost the same as coffee with milk in it. Like if I had my eyes closed, I might not be able to tell.
You would never know. Interesting.
Hold on, let me try.
But you know that it's black coffee. This makes no sense.
Does this have milk in it?
Girl, I'm canceling the podcast off that.
Well, here's what was fun about it to me. I started to do it and then I thought, oh no. Am I physically capable of taking a sip of a drink without my eyes? Like I was like, am I about to pour this down my front? And I didn't. No. But it was scary.
Okay, I'm going to play the jingle now, but really first I want to reiterate, we look so bad. You guys should go look at this. You know, I feel like our listeners don't know about my long history of dirt baggery. And this might be the first you discover it. I stink like a toe right now.
I want to say something.
Go on.
Now, normally, the full length YouTube videos, those are a W for Meagan, and they're an L for Lindy.
Not today.
It has never happened before in the history of this podcast that I looked better than Meagan. And I don't look good today. Let me tell you.
Go look on YouTube. It's insane what's going on. I have taken the L of my life. Okay.
Honestly, Meagan, when you logged on, I have thought, do you want to start later?
Do you want to start 10 minutes? I'm sorry, girl, you look like you got run over by Samuel Alito. Do you want to take 5? And I said, nah, let's go. Let's fucking
love
go. My whole thing is if you put glasses on, you look polished, right?
That's not true.
It's not true at all.
That's not the case.
That's what I discovered when I logged on.
I'm so gross today that I had to resort to hat.
I considered hat. I did.
Yeah.
But it's too far away.
Yeah.
I couldn't possibly go get it.
No, but you spruced yourself up. I
did okay.
Sort of made you flattened down the hair a little bit, and you put on some gloss.
I put on some gloss, and I also put some like sort of sparkly under eye highlighter to make my under eyes look 1% less baggy. Okay. The other thing that happened, by the way, is that usually on Fridays is my early Bevragino day. Somebody will say Bevragino. Did somebody say Bevragino? And they'll say it at like 1:30 p.m. Did somebody say Bevragino? That's where I got it from. A bunch of British ladies in their garden going, did somebody say Bevragino? Did somebody say Bevragino? And they keep popping out of different bushes to be like, did somebody say Bevragino? Anyways, so somebody did say Bevragino at 1:30, and then I remembered we're podcasting, so I have had one can of strawberry margarita, which is not helping things.
Got it.
Physically.
We should always record on Fridays.
It's funny. It's funnier usually. I don't know. Let us know. deartextmeback@gmail.com.
Wait,
Anyway,
I have a question.
yes.
I have a question. Does Bevragino have to be alcoholic?
No. Bevragino is a state of mind.
Oh, okay.
Like if somebody said Bevragino, it just means your day is over. You know what I mean?
Oh, I love that.
Like generally, like for me, when somebody says Bevragino, it means I'm having a little glass of something. Probably a little white wine, perhaps. Strawberry margarita is kind of intense, but it's been a long week. But Bevragino could be, I just think it's anything other than water. Like it could be a little Diet Coke, but like in a glass. Like you poured your little Diet Coke in a glass. That's your little Bevragino.
It's a fun drink.
Yes. You spruce it up in some way, you know?
I got it. I like it.
Could be frickin' Martinelli's. It's not just for the holidays, boo. You know what I'm saying?
Megan, did you know that someone came to one of my events who was a Text Me Back light, and she said that she grew up with the Martinelli twins?
And didn't she say that she had a crush on one of them? So
yeah, she said they were hot and nice.
It implies that they're good looking.
I asked specifically. They were hot, and there were two of them. They were twins, I think.
Hello. Jerry and Steve Martinelli. 703-829-0003. Okay. Anyway. All right. So, but first, we're gonna do a surprise micro segment. Normally, we would play Crazy Lady Living in a Bag for surprise micro segment, but this surprise micro segment, which I'm calling Something's Happening to Me, is actually under our What You Watchin' vertical. And guess what? We got a freaking jingle for What You Watch. I forget if we've ever played it on the normal podcast. I know we've played it on an After Dark, but guess who sent it in? Freaking spouse of Steven. And I know it's misogynist to not say her name, but I don't have the email up.
Yep. Well, Megan's drunk, so you can't expect her to go in the email.
Girl, I had one can of margarita. You want me to go on the email right now? I don't think so. Anyways.
Hey, what you watching? What you watching? What you watch? What you watching? What you watch? What you watching now?
Is the whole family funky? What the hell?
Such a good question.
Such a good question.
A good question.
Anyway, something's happening to me. Okay,
yeah,
I need to talk about it.
You teased this like a week ago, and I've been waiting.
So, here's what I'll say. I don't think I identify as like a Marvel head, but I like many of the Marvel movies. I'm not a hater, you know. On the other hand,
yeah.
Go ahead.
I feel like when it all started, I feel like you and I went and saw Iron Man.
Sure.
And we loved it. I remember specifically feeling like, well, we loved X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember feeling like X2 was like the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life.
Yes. That's how I feel too.
Yeah.
But I like superheroes, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then Marvel kind of turned into this thing where we all decided it's slop. They're like, you know, it's like shorthand to call something like Marvel slop. And I actually think that's fair. It did sort of turn into this sort of like, you can't make any movie unless it makes $8 billion in the international box office receipts or whatever. And the only movies that do that are superhero movies. And they all just kind of flattened into something kind of stupid and dumb. And then like the interminable Marvel television shows, which I can't even keep track of. There's a million of them.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of teenagers now. I don't know any of their names. I don't know what goes on with the teens. So I kind of fell off Marvel. Okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, whatever. I don't really need to revisit that. I'm all set. Then the algorithm had other plans for me. Okay. Because so like 5 days ago, I get served this video that's like, 1 year ago today, you just had to be there. And it was like an audience reaction of the final battle scene in Avengers Endgame. Okay. And I am going to share some Avengers Endgame spoilers for the universe of people who haven't seen it and still want to one day. Is that you? Is that really you?
I kind of have been, I had been thinking that maybe at some point I would start like a Marvel vertical at Butt News where I try to
you just try to
get my head around this because I want to know
so many.
Yeah, I wouldn't do all of them, but I need to understand these Avengers for sure.
Well, maybe I won't say what I was going to say.
No, I think it's okay. Does it ruin it?
Yes. So here's what I'll do. I'll figure it out. For those
do you want me to? Why don't
because it's important. But so basically, well, actually, no, I can't explain it unless I just say what it is.
I think it's fine.
Okay, I'm just going to say what it is, and you could take your headphones off if you want.
Okay, well, should I?
And then I'll signal you when I'm done saying what it is. But then you can't listen to the podcast later. Anyway, Lindy's not listening. But so I got served this video. It's like a fan reaction of the final battle of Endgame. And it's that part where, first of all, fucking Captain America wielding Mjolnir. Oh, give me a break. Like, it's so nuts, right? Like, who knew he was worthy of such a feat? Like, I gasped out loud when it happened. I was like, oh! And then no one else in the theater thought it was that interesting. Anyways, so it was just that part where Cap hears his friend with the wings go, Cap, on your left, and then all the magical circles start to open, and then all of the Avengers, new and old, who got dusted by Thanos, start coming out of the holes. And it's an audience reaction video, so everyone's just going, ah! Ah! And like screaming and stuff. Okay, now okay. Now Lindy can come back.
That was so funny. We should do that more often.
Anyway, so anyway, that all happens, and it's such an incredible moment. Like, and I'm watching it, and the audience is going nuts, and I'm like getting goosebumps in my bed watching TikTok, and I was like, "Hey, was the Avengers good? Like, is Marvel stuff good?
Right? I'm allowed to watch this.
I'm allowed to watch that. I think so. That's what she got mental illness. And she opened up her brother's Disney Plus, and she started watching all the Avengers, and she turned on all the Captain Americas. Wow. And it was crazy. And I was like, this rocks? ? I mean, I definitely, as I'm watching it, I'm thinking, is this, by the way, if this is a normal thought, let me know. But I don't think that it is. But as I'm watching it, I'm thinking to myself, now, Megan, if the Avengers were real, you would hate them on like moral grounds. And I'm like, here's this group of like cops, basically, with sometimes the backing of the United States government, who operate extrajudicially to just kind of decide who's good and who's bad. Like, what? That's not, they're like warmongering cops. But if you set that aside, which I did enthusiastically, they're a lot of fun. And so now I can't stop watching them. Big problem for me.
Who's your favorite guy?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked me, because I really wanted to talk about this. My favorite guy, and I don't think anyone else agrees with this, but my favorite guy is Thor. He's so funny. There is something I want to talk to you about. So I rewatched Thor Ragnarok, which everyone agrees is the best Thor, but I like all the Thors, which is an unpopular opinion because nobody liked Thor 2. I did, though, because there's very little Thor could do to make me upset. You know what I mean? Anyway, so in Ragnarok, Thor gets into a kerfuffle with his sister, the goddess of the underworld or death, played by Kate Blanchett. Kate Blanchett destroys his mighty hammer, Thor's mighty
Oh,
hammer.
no.
Just crushes it with her bare hand, basically.
Freaking women.
And
Feminists.
I know. And Thor is like adrift this whole movie because his whole identity is like wrapped up in his hammer,
Yeah.
you know? And he has his final battle with his sister in Asgard, which, by the way, Jeff Goldblum calls Asgard in the movie, which
Who does he play?
let's keep it going for Asgard. Just some other planetary being.
Got it.
His name is the Master. Anyway.
Are there like regular human beings in this too?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh.
So like, cause like they fight on Earth,
Okay.
you know, and every now and again they'll do like a show or a movie where they're like, here's how this appeared to a real person, like a regular person who was just going to work that day.
I like
it's
that.
like, and it's like Loki opening up the sky,
Yeah.
coming through with aliens. Anyway. So and then he sort of like disassociates because he's like, oh my God, I'm going to get beaten by my sister. And he has a conversation with his father, Odin, played by Anthony Hopkins.
Sure.
And Anthony Hopkins goes, are you Thor, god of hammers? And Thor goes, no. He's like, why are you so fussed about the hammer? You're the god of thunder. Like, you can
Idiot.
conjure thunder. Like, the hammer's just there to, like, give you something to whip around. Like, it's
Yeah.
not really anything. Anyway, so are you the god of hammers? That got right in there. That got
that's
right in
good.
there.
That's
It
good.
was really funny. The great Ragnarok is a really good, very funny movie that I think you could just watch on its own. It's it's really funny.
Is that in
but then-
Ragnarok? The hammer?
Yes,
Okay.
God of Hammers. And then in Endgame, Thor is depressed.
And that's when he gets fat.
Yes, this is what I want to talk to you about.
I remember the fat Thor discourse.
Yes, I missed it because I was. Well,
you said you said firewall.
I put up a firewall because my opinion is fat Thor rocks.
Yeah.
He really, I know that like fat suits are per se a stain on humanity, but he's so funny. And actually he's way hotter, chunky, than he is ripped, you know?
I haven't seen it. Generally, fat suits are not to be trusted. It's
Right.
it's not a good sign. However, what are they going to do? How are they going to do fat Thor? Fat Thor is
Right.
important for the plot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like this is a rare case where the fact that he's fat is really, maybe this is problematic, but it's really endearing. It's really sweet. Like he's clearly going through something. He's like crying throughout the whole movie. Thor is. So I know. And so maybe that's actually bad. I really don't know. But he just is so sweet. He really is like the emotional center, I feel, of Endgame. And I guess the producers were like, okay, well, as part of this story, you know, as Thor like comes to grips with Thor is feeling very much like the events of Infinity War, which was a previous movie, were all his fault. I will say no more.
Sure.
But he's feeling very personally responsible for what happened. And so he is drinking a lot. He's playing a lot of video games. He's not coming out of his house. Like he's in a depressive state, you know?
Sounds pretty fun.
I know. Sounds great.
Familiar.
Keep me posted, Thor. Let me know how you got out of that. Anyway, so then the producers of the movie, I guess, were like, okay, Chris Hemsworth, as part of Thor's growth over the arc of his story where he like comes to terms with what happened, you know, maybe we'll do like a montage where he loses the weight and gets cut again. And Chris Hemsworth was like, no, let's keep him chunky for the whole movie.
Good.
And in the final battle, he's chunky.
Representation matters. Oh my God. Beautiful.
Watching chunky Thor run around that battlefield, kicking ass, conjuring thunder with his fingies. It's beautiful to behold. It's beautiful to behold.
In many ways, it would make you better at fighting.
In so many ways. So yeah, that's what's happening to me. I'm feeling a little confused because I feel like I'm the type of person who should hate what Marvel has done for the arts. And yet there's a lot of it that's really quite sweet and very nice. And Chris Evans is really attractive.
Yeah.
And I would kiss him for sure. Hemsworth, fat or skinny Thor, I'm available. Let me know. Although I frankly have a bigger crush on fat Thor, for being honest.
That's very progressive of you.
Thank you. So that's something's happening to me.
Yeah.
I can't stop. I started watching the TV shows. I watched the Agatha All Along.
Oh, people say that was really good.
And they're right to say it. It's very gay. It was like when the entertainment industry decided that Donald Trump winning the election showed that there was a massive shift in Americans' appetite for content that wasn't for straight white males. So there's like there's a gay ass kiss that goes on for a long time in Agatha, and everything about it's very gay. Patti LuPone is in it, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
and it was great. It was so good, so interesting, and so good. Anyway, if you are looking for a little slop fest, you could do worse than the Marvel movies, folks. Now there's some that are very, very bad. But
breaking news: Megan discovers an overlooked gem,
folks. Listen, you may not have heard of this. This is a little bit off the beaten path. It's on a streaming service called Disney Plus. Okay. I think it's Swedish. All right. And you can go on there and watch something that the French call AVG. Les AVG, they call them.
Oui.
Mais oui.
That's
Anyway,
so
it just really caught me off guard. I was like, I got by a TikTok of a crowd reaction of Endgame and then said, uh-oh, and
now
fell right down the hole.
This is your new lifestyle. Wow.
This is my new life. It was nuts.
Wow.
Yeah. And I just want to say one last thing about Thor and then we can move on. We all hate Nazis, but I hate them the most for deciding that they get to have Thor.
I know.
It's so annoying.
I know.
Because there's really nothing I would love more than a tattoo of his mighty hammer, Mjolnir. But they took it. They co-opted it. They co-opted Norwegian and Scandinavian culture, the runes and stuff. And a lot of Nazis have Mjolnir tattoos. And I was like, what?
There's got to be a way to, you know what you could get? You could get the tattoo of Mjolnir and then underneath it in parentheses, not Nazi.
Yeah. Parentheses, DEI. Anyway, let us know what you're watching. It's just, as you know, I love to enter a world and not leave it for many hours at a time. And I was
this
like,
is
damn,
huge for you.
This is major. This
the
is
next
major.
few years of your life are settled.
I'm good. There's
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
You are going to love Ant-Man.
I know. I can tell.
And you're going to love Ant-Man and the Wasp. Unfortunately, Quantumania, pee-pee poo-poo, it's not that good.
Oh, really? I thought people liked that one.
No, I don't think people like. No, it wasn't very good. And Captain Marvel, a lot of fun, but then they say the Marvels, very bad. That's what they say.
What about Doctor Strange?
Can I? Thank you for bringing this up.
Yeah.
Great films, technically. Now, what happened to the wig budget is all I want to know, because Doctor Strange's wig is so distracting. I don't know why they did that. It's like you can see the lace. Okay, like Logan Paul has a better lace front guy than Marvel somehow.
Can I say a wig that I hated?
Go on.
That no one ever talks about, but I found very distracting. Cersei Lannister.
One of the worst.
I did not believe for a second that was her hair.
I think for both, because when they shaved her head, she had the shaved head wig was atrocious.
Even worse. Yeah.
It was so bad.
What are you talking about?
Daenerys's wig was bad too.
I know.
The wig, what? But you guys, if the actress or actor does not want to dye their hair to look like that, that's fine. It's a lot of damage to your hair, whatever. But if you're gonna go the route of wig, you have got to invest in a lace front guy or gal. Pick one. I mean, there are experts in the lace front industry that could help you.
They probably spent a lot of money on it. I don't know why.
Looks like shit.
I mean, it doesn't look like shit. It looks like a wig. You know what I mean? Like, it's like,
yeah.
I mean, I know what you're saying, but it's just like, why'd you make it so wiggy?
Why is it the most wig I've ever seen? I've seen, like, if the drag queens on Drag Race have better wigs than you, there's a problem.
Hire
in
them.
Hollywood. Hire them. They're getting the proper wigs. Go to Shea Coulee's wig guy. Like, what are we talking about? You know what I mean? Because their budget is like 1/quintillionth of a Marvel movie. And yet that's a woman. You know what I mean? When they walk down that runway.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Give me a break.
That's a freaking drag queen. Anyway, so that's what's happening to me. Shall we move on?
Well, Megan, that was a fun episode of
Hey, what you watching? 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 What you watching now?
Such a good jingle. God damn.
Okay, I have a mystery that I need help with.
Go on.
What's this one? Oh, never mind. That's Blade's.
What's Lindy's secret? Oh, his name
Blade.
is Eric.
Nobody liked Lindy's secret.
Excuse you. Everyone liked Lindy's secret except for me. The only person that matters.
No, Ronald didn't like it.
Ronald came back around and was like, oh, I just didn't get the joke. It's hilarious. And I was like, now, Ronald, I did get the joke and it's stupid. He betrayed me. It was horrible. Anyways.
Okay, so listen.
That's my main mayonnaise.
Go on.
So, okay. Something happened to me that 911 Fox Mulder, please help. I cannot explain it. The unexplainable, the inexplicable happened to me. And I was in Arizona, so hashtag Area 51, when this happened. And I can't for the life of me come up with a good guess.
Sorry, you were in Area 51 when this happened?
No, I was in Arizona.
Oh.
So I was in the vicinity of Area 51, roughly.
Kind of. Okay, sorry.
I was in Phoenix, Arizona. I was in
Which is
Tempe.
a mere 500 miles from Area 51.
Megan, what's 500 miles to a spaceman? So I was in Arizona 2 days ago. I had the last event of this part of my book tour at Changing Hands Bookstore in Tempe, Arizona. Now, I didn't have a car, so I had to take an Uber from my hotel to the bookstore. Now, something's going on in Phoenix called they don't have that there. There's like no Uber drivers. There's no cars. Megan, it was so confusing. It took like 20 minutes for me to get a car from the airport, and there was only one other person waiting in the rideshare area. I was like, what's happening?
Maybe
here?
everyone drives their own cars or something? But
that was my guess, because like, I guess, it's a huge city. It's probably not practical to take a car, but then when the guy picked me up, or to take an Uber, I mean, like, you probably need to drive like an hour to get to your, I don't know. I was just trying to guess, or maybe if you're a tourist, you want to rent a car so you can go out into the desert. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then I asked the guy who eventually picked me up in his Alfa Romeo. I was like, I saw it coming on the thing. I was like,
sell those here? Hello?
Oh, I was like, I'm not going to fit in this car. And indeed I didn't. It was so small. But
yeah, the Italians are not doing good in the butt area.
I asked the guy, what's up? I was like, so do people not really use ride shares here? I said, it was really hard to get a ride. And he was like, well, I mean, it's really busy right now. So there probably just weren't very many available cars. I was like,
weird.
No, but there are no cars. I've done this why are you gaslighting me? I've done this 1 billion times. I can see that there are no cars on the thing. Like weird. And there was no one waiting. So obviously no one's using it. What do you mean? He acted like I was crazy and it was totally normal. Anyway, so then I did a really cool thing that I loved, which was that I took the Alfa Romeo to the Hampton Inn and Suites, Phoenix/Tempe, and it was the wrong one. There's another one, also called Hampton Inn and Suites, Phoenix/Tempe. So then I had to wait for another car.
Oh, God.
I know. I was so sweaty, gross, tired. And my event was that night. Anyway, it was a whole thing. Then I go to the other one. Then I had to get a car to go to my event. So this guy picks me up. Super nice guy.
Mhm.
5 stars. I won't say his name, but really nice. We're just chit chatting. He's one of these kinds of drivers that likes to chit chat. So he was asking me like, what am I doing in town and how long am I here and where am I from? And I was like, oh, I'm on a book tour and this is my book, whatever. And then I was like, are you from here? And he said, yeah, yep, born and raised. And I was like, oh, cool. Do you like it here? And he was like, yeah, I love it. And then he goes, there's like a little lull in the conversation. And then he got kind of a tone of like, all right, I'm going to say something now. He goes, okay, I'm going to give you an opportunity. I said, okay. He goes,
Okay.
You're in the car with a person who was born and raised in Phoenix. So I'm going to give you a chance to ask any question that you've ever wanted to ask a person from Arizona. And I'll answer it. No limits. Anything. He's like, this is your chance to find out what you've always wanted to ask.
No limits.
Someone from Arizona.
Wow, would my entire brain erase under such
I was
circumstances?
This is my mystery is, what the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean?
I don't have any questions for anyone, let alone somebody from Phoenix.
Do you know how many people I've met from Arizona?
Sir, I've seen a million faces and I've rocked them all. Okay.
He was like, you've got an actual Arizonan right here who's willing to answer anything.
What would I even come up with to ask you?
What are you implying? Like, I couldn't figure out what is the subtext. Like, is this some sort of a political, like, do you want me to ask about being a purple state?
You want me to ask you about Ruben Gallego?
Right. Like, do you want me to ask you about Sheriff Joe Arpaio?
Do you still fucks with Kirsten Cinema, or are you good?
Have you been visited by the ghost of John McCain?
Have you?
But so here's what I said. I said, okay. Okay. I said, what's your favorite animal? I said, what's your favorite animal? And he said, he wasn't excited about that question. That's not like, I didn't understand the assignment.
That wasn't Arizona enough for him. Like, what do you want? What's your favorite Frank Lloyd Wright house? I don't know.
What do you think of people from New Mexico?
Oh, actually, that is kind of a good
Are they your
question.
rivals?
Are there regional disputes that I'm not aware of in America's Southwest?
Are you mad that they're the land of enchantment? Objectively the best state motto.
And also they have the best license plate of any state.
Absolutely.
And, I should say they have the best state flag of any state. It's so good.
So good.
You know?
But yeah, I was like, so he didn't like my question. I mean, he was clearly just like a little disappointed. So then I amended it.
The question requires some sort of pre-knowledge of Arizona. I don't think that's very fair.
Exactly. But so I amended it, but I said, what's your favorite Arizona animal, desert animal that you've seen personally in the wild?
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And then he said, well, have you ever seen a Gila monster in the wild? And I was like, no. And then he was like, I saw one. And I was like, ooh.
That's pretty cool.
And then he goes, I also saw a javelina.
Ooh.
And then get this, Megan. Then he goes, it's a kind of a wild.
Let me stop you right fucking there. I know what a goddamn javelina is, bitch.
Excuse me. Yeah, he said he saw a javelina with her babies.
Oh my God.
I know.
My favorite, have you seen that video of the javelinas just like fucking sprinting across the golf course? It's beautiful to me because, yeah, fuck golf.
Oh, fuck golf.
There should be roaming hordes of javelinas there instead,
I agree.
in my opinion. Of course,
stealing your balls.
My first exposure to javelinas it was in Royal Tannenbaums when Royal goes into the game closet and goes, or he's like, they get divorced and he wants to know. There's like an empty spot on the wall and he goes, "Where's my javelina?" It's implied that he hunted it himself.
I think so.
You know,
I think so.
and so I've been kind of like, yeah, javelinas. What's the deal with that? Ever since.
I'd love to see one.
Me too, man. They seem insane.
I know. Have you listened to that? There's like a Malcolm Gladwell, I want to say, podcast about golf and golf courses. It's really good.
How evil they are. Yes. Yeah.
To our listeners, if you haven't heard this podcast, it's really good. I'll find it and put it in the show notes.
Golf has just taken up a lot of city space and using up all of our water. By the way, it's really weird in places like Arizona and the American Southwest because you're already on dicey territory vis-a-vis water. You're getting it all from Colorado, but you better be fucking careful, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, then he goes, okay, he has a third animal to offer me. He goes, I've seen a coyote in the city. And I was like, I was like, oh, I hate to break it to you.
I'm a female woodsman.
I'm about to bust this man's bubble. I was like, we have that in Seattle. Yeah. I'm so sorry.
I, in fact, I saw a coyote running down. I used to live on Boren and Pike, I want to say, on the way up to Harborview. And I was walking my little dog, Hank, little 6.5-pound Chihuahua. May he rest in power. A true king, really. And I was walking him around, and all of a sudden he gets up on his hind legs and he just starts going, ruff, ruff. And I'm like, what are you doing? And I'm thinking he just maybe saw a different dog across the street.
In a way he did.
Because I fucking look over and in the middle of the road is a dog, I thought, but running weird, had like a very like stressful, like a very predatory gait. You know what I mean? Just like literally this bitch was loping. Do you know what I mean? I was like, what? I was like, is that a husky? Like, why is it running like that? It's so weird. This fucker looks right at me, eyes yellow as the amber with the mosquito in it from Jurassic Park. Okay. Looks right at my ass. And Hank is ready to be like, what's good? Like Hank is like squaring up and I just grab him, my little Chihuahua, who's like halfway to the street to fight this man. I'm like, no. So I grab him and the coyote's tongue falls out of his mouth and it just goes, and just like ran past me. And mind you, this was Capitol Hill.
That's crazy.
In Seattle, Washington. I said, now what happened here? Where did you come from? This is insane, man. I didn't. Yeah. By the way, in retrospect, I should have called animal control or something, but instead I just like went upstairs and closed my door.
There's no park or green space anywhere near there.
The closest would have been Volunteer Park, I think, but that's far. That was like 15th and whatever. Like that's way far from where I was staying. So I do not know where this man came from or where he went.
I guess at the time, I feel like at that time, at least in the ID, there was still sort of like brambly, like around like Viet-Wa. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and there is that municipal golf course over in South Seattle over there too. So, but that's still kind of a hike for this coyote. I don't know. It was wild. It was nuts. Anyway,
so
not interesting, Arizona man.
If you know what the fuck that guy was trying to get me to ask, that's my mystery. I hate not being able to decipher the subtext because it's not a normal thing to ask. It's not a normal thing to say. If you've always had and by the way, Roy is from Phoenix. So I didn't say this, but I live with a person who grew up in Phoenix.
Also, your aunt Austria lived in Arizona for like 25 years.
Yeah, she lived in Phoenix. My aunt my aunt and uncle Austrian Jerry, and then my other uncle Per and his wife Bonnie.
Oh, Per and Bonnie, that's right.
They also lived in Phoenix.
Jer Bear.
But I was terrified of like inciting sort of like the complete breakdown of this man who's very
doing
excited.
Some sort of cultural misstep or something.
Well, I didn't, clearly a lot of his identity is riding on the fact that he's the only person from Arizona.
Also, is that uncommon? I mean, I guess like a lot of people are like sunbirds, older folks like sunbird in Phoenix. So maybe he was trying to get at that, but
I don't.
Isn't that like insane for someone to be born and raised in Phoenix? I guess that's part of the mystery too. Let us know.
Let us know. And then I said, well, okay. How about here's another question. What's a misconception that you feel like people have about Phoenix or about Arizona that you would like to correct the record on?
Yeah, what could that be?
And then he said, oh, because I'm trying to be like, tell me, explain what this is. And then he said, oh, that we're a melting pot, Well, there's all kinds of people here. I was like, okay, like everywhere.
It's a misconception that Phoenix isn't a melting pot.
He thinks that people think it's not a melting pot, but it is. I was like, yeah, man, it's a huge city. It's one of our biggest guys.
Who is thinking that?
And then he said, also, I've heard from people that I've picked up that people think that Arizonans are unfriendly.
What?
I was like, I've never heard that stereotype. Also, that's what people say about Seattleites.
I guess everyone's just a dickhead everywhere in this country. Maybe
they all think they're special for being a dickhead. Anyway, and then
well, you're not.
I was like, I've never heard that stereotype, but then I for some reason I was very fixated on like not hurting his feelings. I wanted him to feel special. So then I said, I was sort of panicking at this point because this was a complex. I
made my hair worse. I tried to fix it and then it did that.
Oh, wow.
God. You're going to want to check this out on YouTube, folks.
Don't fix it.
Please continue.
Don't fix it.
No, I fixed it.
Did you? Don't fix it more. It's really good.
Continue, please.
So I said, I'm panicking. This is a complex social interaction. I don't like not understanding. I don't like not understanding the parameters of a social interaction. And so I'm lost at sea.
I don't like it either.
So then I go, okay, well, I will not assume when I meet someone from Arizona that they are unfriendly. And that is my pledge to you. That's verbatim what I said. And then he said, thank you.
Oh, well, maybe that was it.
What? It wasn't? And what? That was, what was what? Like, he wanted me
what
to
was what?
So anyway, if you have any insight into what the fuck this conversation was about, can you let me know, please? And then I said, I said, okay, well, here's another question. If I were to come back as a tourist for, a real trip, what should I do? And he goes, well, do you want the tourist answer or like my answer? I was like, your answer, obviously. Why would I could look up on the internet, the tour. But then he said, go to the Grand Canyon.
What?
But then he said,
I'm sorry. The what?
That's like Megan saying, what you should try is these Marvel movies.
You know what I just found out about? The French call it le Caillon Grand. Not a lot of people know about it. It's a massive crevice in the earth in the middle of Arizona and Nevada. Not a lot of people know about it, though.
Not a lot of people know about it.
The big hole in the fucking ground.
Sometimes you'll see a roadrunner paint a cave on the wall of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah,
Coyote runs right into it.
A lot of people don't know about that.
Anyway, but then he goes, but you should go in the winter because then there's snow and then you can see the animals jumping around on the walls.
What?
Megan, I don't know. But I do want to do that. I was like, that look, sir, you have correctly triangulated like what I want. I do want to go
whatever that means.
Yes.
I'm interested,
but question mark? Anyway,
I know.
Could you all send an email or a voicemail and explain the strange ways of the Arizonans to me?
deartextmeback@gmail.com 703-829-0003. Let us know.
You know what, Megan? You know what I just learned? I guess I do have questions about Arizonans.
Wow. You missed your chance to ask. Well, we're going to take a break and then I'm going to tell you about a segment we're calling I got an email from a local business.
Can't wait.
We're back. I'm looking really normal still, so that's good.
You are. It went off the rails for a minute. You know what made things get jostled out of place was when you were loping.
Yeah.
Which if you guys y'all gotta go to the YouTube and see Meagan's lope.
You gotta see the lope.
Really impressive.
Wouldn't that be scary if you saw that?
Yes.
Yes, it would be really scary. Anyways, okay. Hello.
And,
welcome.
like, imagine seeing that and you don't have any TNT.
I don't have any black paint. Like, what am I gonna do? You know? Anyway.
Fresh out of anvils.
Hank didn't have anything. He brought absolutely nothing to other than a fighting spirit. He was ready to rumble.
We used to run into coyotes at Genesee Park with Barry, and you know what Barry would say?
Yeah.
Hey guys! Hey guys! You guys want to be friends?
Actually, one time I was visiting, and we walked Barry around. Not Seward, but I guess it was Genesee Park. But we walked him around, and we came around the corner, and there was a coyote down there. And we were like, nope, let's turn it around. And Barry was like, why? It's fun. And we turned around, and some other lady starts sort of jogging that way with her dog. And I said, hey, just so you know, there's a coyote down there. I wouldn't go that way. And she acted like irritated that I had told her that. And I was like, you know what? Fine. Have fun.
I remember
Best wishes.
The main thing I remember from that walk is that you were like, give me that leash. What are you doing? You're like, do you have no idea how to train a dog to walk on a leash? And then you like immediately whipped Barry into shape and he was like a perfect boy.
It's funny because I don't have the juice with my own dogs.
I know. Your dogs are bad.
I had to get them special harnesses because they don't listen to me. So now the harness physically pulls them. Like, it's not a choke chain. Don't get mad at me. It's just a front clip. So when they pull, it pulls their body in a way that they don't like. So then they just don't.
Yeah,
pull.
Barry has that as well.
Yeah. So
it doesn't work.
That's really?
Well, it's better. It's definitely better. It's just funny. Like Barry, here's what happened. Barry respected you instantly. Yeah. I don't know why. Well, he was like, oh, that's my boss.
Oh. Meagan, hello. Let me put on my tie. Actually, anyway. This is such a good segue because speaking of dogs, I received an email from a local business, and it was a dog boarding business, which means that I think, in a way, that's this. And don't worry, this won't just devolve into me talking about how Kevin is evil, although he is. But just assume that's true for the remainder of this podcast. Anyway, around Christmas, Adam and I were going to go to Wisconsin to visit his family for Christmas. We needed a place to watch the dogs. I sometimes go back and forth with the concept of having someone come to my house and stay with them. I feel a little bit weird about it. So I was like, maybe we could just find like a dog hotel or whatever and just take them to a dog hotel. So I emailed this place not far from us, but it's in Maryland, called, you know what? I'm just going to use the name of it. I don't think it's a funny name and I can't think of a better pun, and it kind of doesn't really exist anymore, which is the point of the story. But anyway, the name of the place is called The Barking Lot. Pretty good.
Yeah.
And I messaged them to be like, hey, can I bring my dogs there? And they had to come in for like a test day to make sure they weren't evil. But it just didn't work out. Well, I had to do that for the place we ended up taking them. And the whole day they were there for their test run, I was like, they're going to call me immediately to be like, come get these little rapscallions the fuck up out of here immediately. But then they were like, oh, they were so good. We love them. They're so nice. And I was like, what? These guys? These two fucking guys? And they're
from the sewers?
From from the streets and of hell? You're telling me they were nice and cute and fun and you love them? Okay. You're telling me they made friends with who? You know what I mean? But you should watch out. Anyway, so it just didn't work out. They didn't have any days I could bring them into test, but also they were kind of like non-responsive and sort of flaky. So I was like, it's probably for the best. This place sounded kind of strange. So we didn't end up taking our dogs there. We took them some other place in Maryland, which is great. So I didn't really think much of not bringing my dogs there. Then I start to get this series of emails from them being like, the city's going to shut us down. They say there's too much barking going on. And I was like, well, yeah, right there in the name. You know, I'm like,
there's a lot of it, actually.
Yeah. Like, who is complaining about? I mean, I get people complaining, but it's like the business was approved. Like, if you're annoyed by the barking, I mean, I don't know. It just seems silly that people would complain, but I guess everyone's allowed to feel how they want about it. Anyway, their business license or something, or their permit got revoked because the neighbors were complaining about the parking lot. And then she was like, I'm gonna go to the council and I'm gonna plead my case to council. And so the person who owns parking lot was sending these emails being like, email the mayor of Mount Rainier, Maryland, and tell her that you love our business. And I'm going to go to this town meeting. Here's the link to the town meeting Zoom and come speak on behalf of parking lot or whatever. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. But good luck. Then she sends an email basically being like, I've decided to stop fighting the bureaucracy of Mount Rainier, Maryland. I'm going to close parking lot. And I was like, oh, that's too bad that she had to close it. You know, it seemed like I don't know, relatively normal business. Again, I don't mean to side with the neighborhood nuisance, but then again, I don't really care that much about dogs barking. Anyway, so then like 4 months after that, I get this email. And it's like professional looking, like it looks like it came from like professional listserv management software, like a MailChimp or something. And the subject line just says, hello, comma. And I was like, that's weird. What's this? So I open it up and there's an enormous like 38-point font. It says, no boarding with Derek. And I'm like, no, who is Derek? What? What is this? So I open it up. It says, hello, all. Barking Lot's business license expired on February 28th, 2026. No dogs should be at Barking Lot. Every time I have gone up there, including today, since we closed, Derek has had dogs for daycare and boarding. I have asked him not to do this on each occasion. I, as the business owner, can be sued for operating without a business license. Derek is not the owner of Barking Lot. I did not want to expose Derek, but I feel I have zero choice. He has been homeless for the last 4 years because he has refused to leave Barking Lot over the last year as his explosive alcoholism has been exposed and come to a head is the main reason I decided not to keep fighting the city and county to keep Barking Lot open. Derek has made Barking Lot an extremely uncomfortable environment to work with his extreme politics. What? Now, Derek, in which direction are we talking here?
Derek.
Okay, Derek has made Barking Lot an extremely uncomfortable environment to work with. His extreme politics, demeaning humor, conspiracy theories, severe mood swings, and lastly, going off in a drunken rage, firing the entire staff. I made him rehire them until we closed shop. This is why most of you saw me less and less. He refuses to seek help. He no longer works for either of my businesses. Please use your best judgment going forward. Best, Heather.
What?
What? Well, thanks for letting me know about Derek's whole deal. Naturally, I have 8,000 follow-up questions. Like, which direction is our extremism pointing in, Derek? I'd love to know. Demeaning humor. What does that mean?
Come on.
Give me an example, Hev.
Come on. Give us the goods.
Let us know what he said.
Please.
How demeaning, and who was it about?
Who did he demean?
What was it, a dog? I want to know. And by the way, that wasn't the end of it, Lindy.
Oh no.
Yes. At 1 month ago on Friday, April 3rd. By the way, I am desperate for this to continue, but this was the last email I've gotten so far.
When was it?
April 3rd.
Okay, that's not that long ago.
Not that long. So anything could happen. Okay.
Yeah.
April 3rd, I get an email again from their MailChimp account or whatever. And the subject line is siren emoji, Derek squatting at barking lot. And I said, Heather, now why am I in it? Heather, I'm not the sheriff. There's nothing I can do about this.
Oh my God.
And the email just says, FYI, Derek gained access to barking lot a few nights ago and changed the locks with a gas generator inside. Derek, that could kill you.
That sounds dangerous, Derek.
Okay. The landlord, lawyer, and police are involved. He copied the client list and may send you an app for pet care. Please use caution. Derek, I never got the link to the app for pet care. What the fuck?
I'd like to hear from Derek.
There's nothing I want more than to hear from Derek.
Can you reach out directly to Derek, Meagan?
By the way, it's spelled Darrick.
Okay.
Derek. Can I say something?
Please.
Listen, I know this is probably the worst moment of this lady's life. It sounds incredibly stressful.
Yeah.
And I hope it gets resolved. Derek sounds like needs a lot of assistance as well. As you say, sounds like Derek's going through a bad time.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not involved with it at all.
Yeah.
So I can just get the emails and go, what? What? What is this?
You know, Meagan,
Keep me posted.
What is life about if not sometimes this happens?
I know, you get chucked right into somebody's mess.
Know,
I have no
it.
stakes in the mess. I didn't request the mess. They just gave it to me. I don't have anything to do with it. The resolution of the mess affects me in no way whatsoever. I can just enjoy it.
Look, I'm rooting for them. I want everyone to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, this information has found its way to me via you, and
so
I take no pleasure in other people's struggle. However,
except I do a little bit.
Heather didn't need to send the email like that.
Why? I think one of my top questions, parentheses, non-Derek category, is, Heather, what is this?
Heather, you could just say, like, there's a professional way to do it, to just be like, hello, we're closed, and Derek is not affiliated with the business. So if you hear from him, and maybe you put his last name, like maybe you like make it,
who is Derek at the end of the day?
Yeah. And you say, for the safety of your pets, Derek is not licensed and the business is not licensed. So, bye. You don't have to get into his explosive alcoholism.
That seems like a lot, Hev.
Or his demeaning humor.
Although, if you're gonna raise the specter of the demeaning humor,
I know,
you better deliver, bitch. I want to know what he said.
Do you think it was like when Trump made fun of the NASA guy for having big ears?
Yes, I do.
I hope it was like that.
Trump going through a list of his cabinet members and saying which ones are on Ozempic. That's Derek.
Do you think, what if the conspiracy theory that Derek believes in is the ice wall?
We'll never know. That's the annoying thing about this scandal.
Yeah, the flat earth ice wall and the dog-headed people. Derek would probably love that because he loves dogs.
He loves Lassie Rigatoni. Listen, don't take your dogs to Derek. But if you live in Maryland and you know more about this, 703-829-0003. I'm dying to know more. If you know more about it, let me know. I just wanted to share that. I do genuinely hope the dogs are okay. Hev, I hope this works out. Derek, I hope you get the health you either want or need.
It sounds like no dogs have been harmed. It sounds like mostly Heather has been harmed. Heather's reputation, Heather's business, and
Derek seems to be doing fine.
Probably Heather's credit, maybe her relationship with her landlord.
Heather's bank account, due to the legal fees, not looking so good.
Yeah.
But that's none of my business.
you gotta get Derek out of there sooner because he's got squatters' rights at this point.
I know. If he starts getting mail there, I've seen World's Worst Roommate. You better get it together, Heather. It's not going to be good if he establishes residency in your business.
I kind of think that must be what has happened because, like,
well,
why
I
would
feel like, I mean, it's kind of different, right? Like, you can't really establish a residence in a commercial lease, right?
I don't know.
I probably just is going to take a lot of time to figure out how to get Derek out of there legally. Poor Heath.
It's so funny that Derek was like, "Oh, the parking lot has gone out of business. I'm gonna live at the parking lot, and not only that, baby, I'm gonna keep boarding dogs."
Lindy, we used to call that good old-fashioned American innovation.
That's right.
These days, we call it a crime. What happened?
What happened?
We used to have a society, a great society.
I blame Jimmy Carter.
Anyway, let us know where you board your dogs.
Yeah.
I hope it's not with Derek. We're going to take a break. The show's going to end.
Well, you know what someone loved from last week? Pues. I love that they loved that.
I believe in French it's peu.
Oh, sick.
P-E-U-T. I might be wrong about that. I only took one summer of French.
I remember picking you up at the little parking lot.
Yeah, I took French with a really cool girl whose name I don't remember, but she was really cool. And then this guy named Andrew who was a member of a frat. And he was like, "Oh yeah, we have a secret handshake." And I was like, "What is it?" He's like, "I can't tell you." And I was like, "Why not?" He's like, "It's a secret handshake." I'm like, "Yeah, but that's not anything." Like, what the fuck are you? Just show it to me. And he would never, I still don't know what it is.
How many different ways can there be?
To shake a hand. Shut up. I remember my lasting impression of him is that he would bring a gallon, like a store-bought gallon of water and drink the entire bottle and never pee. Like, he was so dehydrated from the night before that he never had, like, he had to replenish with that much water.
That's sick.
It was disgusting. Anyway, so that was French, baby.
Well, mais oui.
What does that lady say? No, those kids behind you aren't French.
They're American.
Yeah, bitch, I can tell. They're sitting in the most disgusting suburban fucking manufactured home I've ever seen. I don't think they have that in France. Jesus.
If they were French, they would have a mustache. Okay.
Hello. I think there'd be more baguettes involved.
Je suis la jeune fille.
Here we are ending the show now. Goodbye. Anything we should tell people about? Oh, I guess in French, well is bien.
Oh.
Why did I think it was
but but maybe that means a different kind of well. Like, I am doing well today. I'm feeling well.
Maybe I'll do, hang on. I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's not as funny as Poise, whatever it is.
Sick. And I hope that you never get well.
Pues.
Anyway.
Oh, I had something important to say. Oh well. Oh pues.
Oh pues. Bien. How do you say well in a foreign language you know? Let us know.
And if you're
Text me
Andrew,
back.
how's your hydration level?
God, if you're Andrew, what's up? Okay, so listen, hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks to all of you who support it financially.
We love you.
Text me back. Nope. what the fuck is the website? Patreon.com/textmebackpod. You're the one, making this happen. I hope you're happy.
Really, truly. and by the way, now that I'm home, guess who's back? Newsletter Me Back is back.
Guess who back in the house? Oh yeah, Newsletter Me Back. Remember her? Hey,
Yeah,
Swamp Person, she fell off. Sorry.
Well, Newsletter Me Back is coming back Monday, so get ready.
Nice.
Hold on to your butts.
I wrote a piece about the voting rights decision for a different website, but they let me send it out outside of a paywall after a week. So where you are in space and time, that's today. So I hope you enjoy the Swamp Person about the voting rights decision. It was called Louisiana v. ACCOLADE that we got last week. It is a real shit show. If you can hear my voice, okay, and I know this is annoying to say. I know people hate it when you're just like, just vote. Vote hard. Vote really hard. I am going to say that. You got to vote pretty hard.
Yeah.
You got to vote hard.
Yeah.
Okay. If you live in a state, especially with like a Republican legislature or a Republican governor, like double, triple, quadruple check that you are registered to vote and you know where you're supposed to go.
Yeah.
Because it is going to be really hard to vote this year. Probably everywhere, but especially in, for lack of a better word, red states. So make sure you get all your stuff together. I know how annoying that is, but that's the situation we're dealing with at the moment.
Yeah.
And if you could say a prayer for me and my mental health as we creep towards June, I would receive it.
Megan,
Thanks.
we should plan a trip for the two of us to go after the...
I would love that.
Okay, I'll do some research.
Hey, text me back, lights. Where should we go? Let us
Yeah,
know.
tell us where we should go for Megan's mental health.
We were sort of joking about the Dells, and then I sort of decided that would be too overwhelming for me because, like, the summer in the Dells, I feel like it's gonna be a lot.
And I wanted to go because I'm trying to write my Midwest travelogue, and so going when it's crazy will make for a funnier chapter.
Yes.
But I don't need to subject anyone else to that.
It would
especially
be a less
not Megan.
funny vacation.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but we had previously talked about doing like sort of, an old timey 50s, 60s, like Poconos /
Dirty
Catskills, dirty
Yeah.
dancing vacay. So that's, and by the way, I've never been to Niagara Falls.
You know what? Me neither, Megan.
So that could be a possible thing.
Oh, actually, another thing that I wanted to do, then this doesn't have to be because of this, but a thing that I wanted to do for my book, for my Midwest book, because my name's West, is I have learned through Ancestry.com that a whole bunch of my relatives lived for like many generations in Windsor, Ontario.
Oh.
And so I kind of thought, which I
And
think
now
is
you
near
have your passport back.
and now I have my passport, and I think that's near Niagara Falls.
I actually don't know. The only part of Canada I've ever been to is Vancouver.
Well, what if we could do a little Canadian American toot, 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 toot.
That's what they call it. They call it a toot 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 toot.
I think that might be kind of fun, but send us
That's
some,
what they say in Quebecois.
oui.
Oh, and if you're Celine Dion and you want to come, let us know.
Oh my God.
I love you, babe.
I love you. And if you're Derek,
Hit the road, dude. This ain't no state property. This is
Private property. It literally is, Derek. Okay. This ain't no state property. It's private
on.
property. It's Heather's property. Okay. Hit the road, dude. Speaking of hitting the road, we're gonna hit the road, dude. We'll see you next week on another thrilling episode of Take
DNA.
Stupid.